Bitcoin and Cardano one move away from bullish reversal. Do the BTC and ADA bulls have the momentum to make it happen? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe and like on the way in. It really means a lot to me as we get these live streams going. We got the haters. We already got that one dislike. So we have to outweigh that like 1,000 to 1. I appreciate all of you coming by. So we've made it. We've made it this far, which is to say we bounced. We've gotten the bounce, but we're in it now. We're in resistance now. A lot of people have called the bottom, and I'm just not one of those people. And I'll tell you why. I'll talk about that in this video. We're getting very close, but we're just not there yet. So let's jump into the video. I want to start here. A couple things happened today, kind of, bullish in a sense for Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs, Bitcoin is now considered an investable asset. Clients are treating BTC as new asset class. You might have seen it. Once I'm done with this video, if you're a replay viewer, I'll put the link in the description. Bitcoin is now considered an investable asset. It has its own idiosyncratic risk, partly because it's still relatively new and going through an adoption phase. So good news for Bitcoin being, talked about in this way by Goldman Sachs. Could have been quite the opposite. Already in a downtrend, Goldman Sachs saying something negative about Bitcoin probably would have driven Bitcoin price down. So we have to consider, the outside effects besides just the charts that can act as a catalyst for certain reversals and certain moves. This certainly can be one of them. Goldman Sachs here. Confluence from a news perspective with that is this. I tweeted this a little bit earlier. The face of Bitcoin, Saylor, and the meme artist of crypto, Musk, have both confirmed that the bull market can continue now. This was earlier today just because there was this, exchange between Michael Saylor and Elon Musk talking about basically a meeting that was had for Bitcoin miners in North America. Elon Musk, responding to that, spoke with North American Bitcoin miners. You know the story. You've all seen it. And so this is one of those things, right? These things happening at the same time kind of could be catalysts for what markets do want to see, well, at least what bulls want to see, which is a reversal. This downtrend that has occurred right now. You can see I put 22% away from the 20-week moving average. For me, it's an important area that I'm going to continue tracking, continue watching on the Bitcoin charts. It's an area that's just, I think, so important in identifying trends on the macro. We've talked so often about in the last bull market consistently seeing support at that 20-week moving average before finally seeing a top and falling below it. And the one reason, if you haven't seen me say in a live stream before, the one reason I'm giving a little flexibility, for Bitcoin right now, we did fall through it, but I mean, this doesn't look like a bull market top, right? This sideways consolidation, and we did break through it, but it's just this whole bull market, we never even touched it. So Bitcoin's cooling off, obviously. Cycle-wise, it still looks like Bitcoin's in the middle of this bull market, but we need that bullish reversal on the short term, and that's kind of what I'm here to discuss right now. Hit that like button on the way in, everybody. Appreciate you cruising by tonight, 9:30 Eastern. So this is what we're tracking on the daily chart. Now, daily chart-wise, I mean, it's just total picture of bullish continuation in play right now. You look at a momentum oscillator on the RSI here, there's so much upside now for the bullish reversal that we all want. Every time we've been this oversold, Bitcoin in one way or another, even in a downtrend, sees a bounce of some sort, right? So this is how oversold we are on the RSI. You can see it above my screen. And we're coming out of that right now. We even put in a higher low. We talked about, I think, in the last video, talking about Bitcoin, or 2 videos ago, this higher low bounce on the RSI is a good sign. So we start digging in, and this is the resistance that I want to talk about in this video. This is the update that I kind of want to do in regards to Bitcoin. We're in the resistance now. I just did a video earlier tonight talking about this entire downtrend, hitting these lower high resistance areas. We had this huge capitulation the other day and bounced crazy up, but we failed to break, right? Everybody was calling the bottom right here. Oh, we're back in business. It was such a nice bounce on altcoins, looking good. And then look what happened. We continued to the downside. people freaking out just yesterday. Now we got the bounce again, and people again, oh, the bottom is in. We're cruising up to the upside, and nothing wrong with that. I'm just that conservative kind of slower approach type of person that likes to wait for bullish confirmation. So this is what it looks like. It's a Fibonacci resistance that we talked about in the earlier video today. Swing high to swing low up to the resistance. We've made it there, right? And now we want to break it. We want to break it, and we want to start getting some separation from it. I want to show you what potentially this could look like, because I think this is helpful to do when you can start visualizing, well, what are we actually like? What's the setup that we want to see? So this is what the setup would look like. And by the way, Bitcoin can, even if we see resistance here, it's not the end of the game, but we have to talk about what that looks like. But check this out. Here's Bitcoin consolidating and dipping, and this was just not that long ago. This was in, January, right? Big dip. We're talking 30% dip. And so we've gotten used to dips because of those 30% plus moves. That's one right there. And market's freaking out. January, I think I was in Florida. I think I remember being in Florida tracking this the whole time. Big dip. Is this the bottom, And this is how we would track it back then. And this is an illustration of the Fibonacci resistance that we're talking about now. So check this out. This swing high to swing low, right? And this is on a daily chart. So this took a while to play out. Bitcoin made its way to Fibonacci resistance right here. You can see it failed and it came back down. That's why we watch for Fibonacci resistance. If Bitcoin had broken that Fibonacci resistance, we start getting the hint of a bullish reversal. Now, Bitcoin didn't break it, came back down and had a second bottom, right? It's a double bottom. But then we can take the Fibonacci, if I can find the Fibonacci resistance, Fibonacci retracement. So we can take the Fibonacci retracement from that new swing high to that swing low. And check this out. Bitcoin broke it right here. That's confirmation. That's what confirmation looks like. When I'm talking about these resistance areas, support areas breaking, this is what a Fibonacci resistance area breaking looks like. Bitcoin breaks through it. Now check this out. Bitcoin came back down, and look what it did. And this is the type of stuff we track. This is why I do videos like every day, because we track these things to really get confirmation. So bullish reversal, boom, through that resistance. Now from that swing low that it bounced off of to that swing high, we had a Fibonacci support. And look at Bitcoin holding support at this 618, right around the 618 line. And then we bounced off to the races. This is the type of move that we're looking for right now as we try to identify a bottom, which is right now we're, testing the Fibonacci resistance. And we want to see Bitcoin make a move through it. And even in an environment where we make a move through it, we have to track the next area of support. So this is already in play. Swing low to swing high. Right now, this is where the support looks like. We want the true swing high for Bitcoin to be above the Fibonacci resistance. That's in red right there. But, speculatively speaking, say this entire Fibonacci resistance proves to hold, and we bounce back down out of it, and we're trickling down. This is our support area for Bitcoin. So this would be the 618 at $34,500 to the 786 at $33,000. That's the new support for Bitcoin. If you can see these wicks on the 6 hour, and this is a 6 hour chart, by the way. I think I might have said this is a daily chart. Forgive me, everybody. So 6 hour chart, and coming back down to this Fibonacci support, that's what we'd be looking for. Just continued consolidation. If that breaks, obviously, capitulation probably in play. But we got the nice bounce for Bitcoin from this swing low to where we are now. But I just don't turn bullish until we get that break through these Fibonacci areas. So that's kind of what I'm watching for right now. And this area is $40,200. I mean, we just wicked right up to that area. You can see the resistance at that area. And once again, that is a Fibonacci swing high back here to swing low, right at the 786, right around 40,300 area. So that's what I'm watching on Bitcoin. We're going to continue to track it, continue to see. This is probably helpful in terms of momentum. The Goldman Sachs news, the Elon Musk, Michael Saylor exchange. but we will see. If anything, it could add just a little bit of hype in an already downward trend, in which case Bitcoin might lose its sizzle. But we'll see. So I want to pivot over to ADA BTC. This is what I'm looking at on ADA BTC. So the ADA BTC pair, because we're pivoting to Cardano now, is just so primed. And I talked about this earlier. I don't want to spend a lot of time. It's so primed for bullish continuation. You can just see, and I want to open up the momentum oscillator where it is, not even overbought. We've cooled down on this weekly, overbought, out of overbought on the RSI. A lot of room for upside. I would say if Cardano is to make another run to this swing high on the RSI, we could easily be putting in another 100% to 150% gain on Bitcoin on the ADA BTC pair. What that translates to on the USD, probably some really, really sweet gains, probably towards the $3 plus area for Cardano. So speaking of the USD, this is what we're looking at on the RSI. We got this bounce that we're looking for on this slower moving momentum oscillator right here. Very similar, and you can see we got a nice bounce back here when we're trying to put in a bottom. But look what happened. I mean, weeks and weeks of consolidation sideways before we got the explosive move. So even though we're getting a bullish bounce potentially on this weekly RSI, always be prepared for that, right? It doesn't always have to be so high, so low, all at once, so quickly. Sometimes we trade kind of sideways in a range. This could happen on the RSI again, or we could just see nice gains in the short term. But you have to kind of set yourself up for patience. So right now, Cardano trading at $1.57, and this is really what I wanted to talk about in today's video, because I kind of am that guy that's on Twitter why everybody's kind of calling the bottom, the short-term bottom, and I'm kind of like, not yet, everybody. And this is exactly why. One thing to note on the daily chart that looks pretty good, back above the 50-day moving average. That's something on the very short-term charts we want to continue tracking. We're back above the 50-day moving average, right around $1.46. Right now, we're 7.5 cents above $1.50. That's something we've been just heavily tracking. And let's start digging in now. Let's start talking about the exact move that's happening right now. We were just in the $60s, I think, right as I started this video, or right before it. But let's talk about what's happening. I mean, this is from my video from just hours ago, earlier today. Check this out. Information. It's $1.60 at the 618 to a 786 at $1.75 or so, $1.76. That's the resistance. Cardano still has to make its way up to that area. So from where it is right now, we still need another, 10 to 20% move. So this was earlier today, $1.46. We got it. I mean, we were at what were we just at? Let's zoom in here a little bit. I mean, we wicked up on the 6 hour to $1.64. I mean, we got almost a 20-cent move from my video earlier, and you can see we made our way. Cardano has made its way into the resistance, but this is the test now for me, and that's crazy to say because from that swing low, I mean, to where Cardano is right now, it's 52%. It's like, dude, Dan, you're telling me your bullish test doesn't even come into play until Cardano goes up 52%? And it really is. That is the case. Like, it has to break this Fibonacci resistance for me to become, convinced of bullish reversal. And, I had the same story right back here, swing high to swing low. Cardano needing to break this Fibonacci resistance. It wicked into it and failed. And it came down. Now, the same thing you can see happening right here at the 618 line, right around $1.60. You can see this wick on the 6 hour. And this can change. There's over 4 hours left on this 6 hour candle alone. So first things first, I want to see how the 6 hour candle closes. I truly do not want to see it close like this with a wick in and out of the Fibonacci resistance. And that resistance, by the way, is the swing high here to swing low. That's the resistance. The 618 right around $1.60, wicking into it, failing thus far. The 786 line, $1.75 area. And this is the area we want to see Cardano break. Now, from where we are for Cardano, we're looking at around, a 12% move. 13% move to get above that 786 line at the upper end of the Fibonacci channel. Now, we see what happens coming off of that resistance and putting in another swing low. We can go to the hourly chart and kind of get a sense of, what a move like that could look like. We can put up our bars pattern. This was Cardano failing at that lower high resistance. We can take swing high, resistance fail, to our new little swing low, people freaking out scenario. If Cardano fails in this area, this is helpful. This is helpful. I want to just say, like, I don't sit here and give you predictions. That's not what I'm showing you here. I'm not saying, everybody, this is Cardano in the next couple of days, be prepared for it. It's preparation. It's the only reason I do technical analysis. I'm not your YouTuber that's going to throw you crazy predictions and tell you what to do and the next trade to make. The key is to be prepared. And part of that is visualization. This is a very real scenario. It's not like, this isn't out of the ordinary. This just happened. Look, this just happened right here, coming off of an identical Fibonacci resistance. So Fibonacci resistance potentially coming back down. The bullish confirmation comes in play when it breaks the resistance, and we're diverging from that. And the other thing is, on top of this, right, we'll track if we did see resistance here and we come down. Same thing we just talked about on Bitcoin. We have this swing low back here to the new swing high, wherever it may be. Let's say it is up here. Let's say it's a $1.73 rejection. What we would look for is support to the downside, Fibonacci support. Can we hold here? You see what happened on this bars pattern, just yesterday, 2 days ago, we failed to hold support. So we would look for consolidation. Maybe we get a bounce back up. We have to track these things. We have to allow structure. This is an hourly chart. We have to allow structure to form. But there's a true possibility that Cardano does diverge away from, what happened here. We don't want to see what happened there happen again. So that's kind of what we're going to be tracking. And right now in the short term, we're in it, $1.57. Well, we're kind of out of it now. We were kind of in it before I started the video. There's a very strong potential that Cardano can make a move in the coming hours. This is what I'm watching tonight through the Fibonacci resistance. I do all this not to sound bearish, everybody. Like, I'm truly just a dude out here, just like you, invested in crypto. I don't sit here talking about Bitcoin and Cardano all day long, just because for the fun of it. I don't sit here and shill it. I'm not getting paid by anybody, right? Like, the projects aren't paying me to talk about these. I'm just tracking coins that are of high interest to me. And I'm sharing the data with you that I'm learning as I go. And so this is what resistance looks like right now. So that's kind of what I'm tracking on Cardano. It's what I'm tracking on Bitcoin. These are the only two. Trust me, there's a lot of other moving factors here. But the Fibonacci retracement areas historically are the most reliable indicators, at least on this YouTube channel. You can go back time and time again. I mean, we just did it. This is a perfect example. The other day on Cardano, I put out that caution video as everybody's so hype going with this crazy bounce, but we were hitting this area of resistance and we waited for confirmation to see if Cardano can break through and above. And now we're just at a very similar area, and that's all I'm saying. Let's just wait. Trust me, the 50% bounce we just had, I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying it. So, Brandon, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for your daily uploads. Enjoy a cup of coffee. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it. I saw another. Is that a $50? Thank you so much for everything, man. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy your videos. Matt Give It, thank you so much for a super chat. You guys, you do not have to be super chatting me. I appreciate all of you so much, especially if you're staking with us. I really appreciate your support as we grow the channel. We're at 250,000. Let's try and get to 1 million. But this is it, everybody. We're going to continue tracking this. I would have loved if by now, from today's earlier video, we were breaking this resistance area on Cardano. Right now, $1.75 plus would be awesome. But even then, we talk about swing low to swing high consolidation. This is part of reversal. There's going to be a lot of volatility along the way. And I'm talking about big swings in terms of Bitcoin and Cardano. And, you have to be prepared for that from a mental standpoint. That's the biggest thing for me, at least, so I don't go crazy. So let's see what Cardano does. Going back to a 6 hour, that 6 hour wick into the Fibonacci resistance, not what I like to see, but normal as we approach this 618 line. But let's see what happens in the next 4 hours, 13 minutes before the 6 hour candle closes. Let's see if Cardano can maybe even open a new candle, putting in a green candle going into that Fibonacci resistance. Thanks, Nathan, for the super chat. Appreciate all of you guys out there. I just saw a staking comment. Appreciate you. Someone said they're staking with CCV2. Check the check the data. We just broke 10 million. Look at this. We just broke 10 million ADA delegated to our newest pool. And I want to show you something insane, everybody. Look at this. Look at this. I just tweeted this. Many of you maybe have not seen. We launched CCV2 Cardano stake pool just days ago, already 9.6 million ADA staked, and you won't believe the stats. So since then, we got 400,000 more ADA. CCV2, this is it. This is like, we just launched this days ago. 183% luck, which translates to 10% in our first epoch of rewards. Everybody, that's insane. Those are anticipated rewards in that vicinity. CCV, 107% luck, 5.9% rewards. Anticipated for CCV1, 104% luck, 5.7%. Every 5 days, it's kind of a lottery type of thing. You know, it's not 100% plus luck every time. The average across the entire protocol, all pools, to answer some of your questions, 5 to 5.5%. It fluctuates, as you can see here. We have a 10% right here. And this is just epic because it's the first CCV2 epic. So really cool. And I want to just, I want to point this out. I got this comment. I got a couple comments. One from a stake pool operator, not too happy that I have 3 pools. This one, somebody said, using your YouTube platform for cash grab. Tell me, what will you be contributing to the Cardano ecosystem with those 3 pools that you can't do with one? If you can't answer that, then this is nothing but a cash grab. I think a lot of people thought you were better. Money, money, money. Can't tell you, everybody. I know a lot of you might say, Dan, don't, just ignore the negativity. Thanks, Average AF Podcast. Appreciate the super chat. Dan, just ignore the negativity. And I receive comments like this, like all the time, all day, everybody, calling me greedy. And I just want to say, I want to address that. Sometimes I want to address it. And I addressed this one. I replied, I said, the community is doing amazing things as you sit there in your negativity. Just the other day, and this is the type of stuff that we're doing, everybody, at CCV. I want you to know, if you're staking with me, I am building a business, right? This is revenue for me. This is a revenue stream. This is a capitalistic ecosystem. Anybody can become a stake pool operator. Obviously, I happen to have a YouTube channel, and we're growing it, and I'm grateful for it. But dude, that came on the back of grinding every day for the last four years. And so as we grow these pools, this is the type of stuff we're doing. On this dark crypto day, let's spread light and send $1,000 in ADA to our friend and brother in Christ, Denicio. Denicio, how many solar bulbs can we get to Africa with this? Bull or bear, let's love, serve, and grow. Now, I want to point out, Denicio is WEQNT stake pool. He's a stake pool operator. And this is the kind of stuff that we're going to do as a community as we grow these pools. I have a plan also, as we kind of get solidified here, to truly help other pool operators that are just like struggling growing their pool. I want to do that. But listen, March, April, May, I just started as a pool operator just 3 months ago. I'm still kind of trying to lay the foundation for this business stream of mine. But that's part of my plan. I want to do that. I want to help other pool operators, and I think I have some ideas on how we can do that as a community as we grow our own pools. And just pretty crazy that we just launched this pool and our luck is that good. This is the Launchpad Foundation. It's really not completely built as a site yet, but I wanted to share it with you in case you are staking. It is our mission to love and serve others. We have some really cool things going. We're going to be adding to the projects page. WEQNT is on there. We're going to be adding a video of him, but other things going on as well. And I'm looking forward to sharing that stuff with you. So if you are staking, all of that being said, I appreciate you, as I truly do. I am growing a business here. And if you appreciate my daily content and what we're doing here at Crypto Capital Venture, I really am thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. We're all growing in this Cardano ecosystem, learning. As an SPO, like, I've learned so much. It's ridiculous. But I am grateful for everybody. But I just want to let you know, like, Sarah and I, we want to do some really cool things. We really do want to do good with the growth that we're seeing, and we're going to. So wanted to share that with you and let you know. So Cardano, let's see what happens. This is the resistance. We are there. Be careful out there. You know, be patient out there. Yes, 50% plus gains, but just, you know, track it, watch it. Let's see what happens right now. Let's see what happens. And we're going to grow this. So thank you, everybody, for cruising by. Hit the like if you're in that live stream right now. Hit that like. Hit that like. Jesus is king. Amen. Do you have a video out on how to stake with you on CCV? I do. You can go on YouTube, Crypto Capital Venture, stake CCV2, and the video will show you how to stake and answer all your questions. So, love you all. Have an awesome night. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.